Good evening, students. Let's start with the disaster management from the chapter Solid Waste Management, chapter number 9 of Science 2. Let me share the screen with you. We will go through the presentation for the disaster management. Okay, shall we start now? Today we are going to study about the disaster management from chapter number 8, Environmental Education of Science 2. In this chapter, we are going to cover the disaster, what is disaster, types of disaster, natural disaster, man-made disaster, disaster management, and we will see first aid to disaster victims, then basic principles of first aid and how to transport victims or patients, those who are affected by the disaster, and then we will have small activity for the evaluation. Okay, now which calamities have you experienced or how did they affect the condition in your surrounding and how will you make a plan to be safe from calamities or to minimize the damage? Now these two questions we are going to find out the answer of it. Now, disaster. Now, what is disaster? The sudden event that lead to huge loss of life and property are known as disaster. What is disaster, students? The sudden event that lead to huge loss of life and property means like earthquake, due to the volcano, due to the flood. Now, recently we have come across the Nisarga flood. Because of that, a lot many damage happens to the property also and to the life of the people also. So disaster is what? The sudden event that lead to huge loss of life and property. And the examples of it are earthquake, then volcano, and also there may be a crime, that is terrorist attack, like that it also comes under the disaster. Now we will see the types of disaster. There are two types of disaster. First is natural disaster and another is man-made disaster. Okay, there are two types of disaster, which are those natural disaster and the man-made disaster. Natural disaster, students, includes there is an earthquake, then there is a volcano eruption, there is a flood, also there is a oceanic flood, ocean, there is a fire in the industrial area, then there is a drought. So these are the adverse effects which are naturally occurs. So adverse event that results from natural processes of the earth are known as what? Natural disasters. Then man-made disasters are which are happen due to technological growth are the man-made disaster. Like in industries, there is a fire in the building, or there is a oil spill, or terrorist attack, war, then there is a crime. So these are what? Man-made disasters which happens due to the technical growth. So disaster management, it is action implemented through. Now how we can manage the disaster? It is the action implemented through proper planning, organized activity and coordination. What it includes, students? Prevention of losses and danger, improving tolerance, providing relief from disaster, then minimizing the intensity and extent of harm, preparation to face the disaster, then immediate action in the disaster situation, assessment of damages and intensity of the disaster, also arranging for rescue work and rescue and hello them, and rehabilitation and rebuilding. Now, what is prevention and losses or prevention of losses and danger? Like if there will be the flood, meteorologic department will give the notice that there will be the chances of flood. So the people residing at the coastal region can be migrate from that region to the safe place. Then improving the tolerance, that helping the people those who are getting affected due to this. disaster, then providing relief from disaster, minimizing the intensity and extent of harm. Government are paying the those who are affected by the disaster, then preparation, um, then there is a NRDA team which will help for the preparation to face the disaster, to make the people strong that how they can face the disaster. Then immediate action as soon as the disasters occur, teams are ready to help them. Then assessment of disaster, mean how much loss has been uh, caused to them, that is calculated, and accordingly the helps are given to them. Then arranging for the rescue work, means rescue work has been arranged to the different group of the people those who are in these activities. Then rehabilitations and rebuilding. Rehabilitations and rebuilding is what, students? Rehabilitations means allowing the people to again come out of that disaster and live the new life, that is rebuilding. Now, what are the types of casualties that seen are seen to occur in different types of disaster? Now, let's find the answer of it. The main objective of this means by giving the first aid to the disaster victim, we can come out of this disaster. So objective of first aid is what? The prevention of death, preventing deterioration of health, start the process of rehabilitations. Means first aid is what? The primary medical facilities given to the person, so that the death will be prevented, or the health will be means the health will not deteriorate, and also the process of rehabilitations will start. You might having the first aid kit at your home, which contains the paracetamol tablets or Dettol, then bandage are there, then crepe bandage are there, scissors are there. So this can be used for the primary treatment. So this first aid box is the object of it, of you giving the first aid is what? Prevention of death, preventing deterioration of health, and start the process of rehabilitations. Then basic principles are what? Life and rescue citation, that is ABC. This is a simple one. You have to remember by alphabet order, that is ABC. First is airways, breathing, and circulation. Now we will see one by one what it is. Airways are what? If the victim has difficulty breathing, the head should be held in a backward sloping position, or the chin should be raised so that the respiratory passage remains open. You can see in the picture, student, how the one person is raising the chin of that person so that the passage for the air will be easy. Means there will be no blockage, and the person who is not able to take the oxygen will be able to oxygen when the chin is slightly make upward. Then breathing. If breathing has stopped, the victim should be given artificial ventilation by mouth to mouth resuscitation. You can see in the picture how that boy is giving a breathing to the other boy who unable to breathe. This is circulation. If the victim is unconscious, then after giving mouth to mouth respiration twice, the heart should be pressed down hard by pressing the chest with both the palms. This action should be repeated alternately about 15 minutes. This is called cardiopulmonary resuscitation, that is CPR. Now, what is CPR? They are pushing up the chest so that the heart will pump the blood again, and the person will come to the cautious. Now, what is first aid for other injuries? Like if you get the wound, what you do? You clean that wound with the Dettol, or first with the water, then clean it with the Dettol, then you put the antiseptic cream over it, and then you uh, press it for the 5 minutes, and then you can apply the bandage, or you can, if the wound is very much, then you can keep it open so it will dry it again, dry it early. So what is bleeding? If the victim is injured and bleeding through the wound, then the wound should be covered with an antiseptic pad and pressure applied on it for 5 minutes with either thumb or the palm. Then fracture and impact on vertebrae. If any bone is fractured, it is essential that the fractured part be immobilized. It can be done with the help of any available wooden reeds, batons, rulers. If there is an impact on the back, the patient should be kept immobile on a firm stretcher. If you're having bandage, if you're having the fracture in your bone, you have to keep that part. Now, if you're having your leg is twisted or got a fracture in the leg, you have to put the leg as it is only without moving. Immobilized means you should not move that uh, fracture part so that it will not get hurt, and also it should be supported with the reeds, batons, or ruler, and should keep it immobilized, that is without the movement. And if you're having a back problem, you should the pay means anybody, the victim is having a fracture in the back, the patient should be kept immobile on a firm stretcher. Now, if you get a burn, what you do immediately? You immediately hold the burn part under the water, and after cleaning it with the clean water, after 10 minutes, you have to apply the uh, cream which is used for the to minimize the burning sensation. So, if victims have burn injuries, it is beneficial to hold injured part under clean and cold flowing water for at least 10 minutes. Then, students, there is a rise. Rise is what? For injuries like sprains, twisting, and contusions, the rise remedy should be applied. Now, what is this rise remedy? First is R is for rest. Allow the victim to sit in a relaxed position. Then I is for ice. Apply the ice pack treatment. The injured part, the injured part should be massaged gently. Then compression is what? After ice pack treatment, the injured part should be massaged gently, and elevate the injured part should kept in a raised elevated position. So this is the rice remedy. You have to allow the victim to sit in the relaxed position. Then ice pack is applied. Then the injured part should be massaged gently, and the leg should be elevated so that it should be not move in. It will not able to move. Now, how to transport these victims or patients? There are seven methods by which the patients can be transported. That transport where? To the doctor or to the medical services provider like hospitals, clinics. So first is what? Cradle method. Then carrying bag. Then human crutch method. Pulling or lifting method. Carrying on four-hand chair. Carrying on two-hand chair, and the stretcher. So these are the seven methods by which the victims or patients can be transported to the medical service provider, hospitals, or clinics. So let us see one by one. This is the cradle method, which is useful for the children and underweight victims, so that the person who is a victim can be carried by the other person easily. If the victim is child or the underweight person, then there is a carrying piggyback method. See in the picture how this person is carrying that person. This is the piggyback method. This is the human crutch method. You can see one of arm of the person, the victim is on the other person, and leg is lifted up. So this is the human crutch method. Then next is pulling or lifting method. See these three means are how they are carrying that victim person, or this is the pulling method. Like in the second picture, you can see how this person is pulling the victim. Then they are carrying on four-hand chairs. You can see how uh, they are holding the each other's wrist and making the four-hand chair. You can see here, and in the second picture they have shown how they have carried the victim. Here they're carrying on two-hand chair. Previous one is on four-hand. Now this is the two-hand chair, and this is the method used by the fire brigade mostly, that they are taking the victims on the shoulder. Then the last is the stretcher method. You are aware of this. You have seen this. They are using the, maybe they are, if stretcher is not available, they can make the stretcher of the bed sheets, or a big cloth they can use for carrying the person. Other emergency measures like boats are used to rescue people trapped in the flood areas. Wooden boards, bamboo floats, air-filled rubbers are also used. you have seen these boats in the flood, and you might have seen in the picture this bamboo boat. So they are used for the as a emergency measures in the flood. Now these are the questions. You have to take the screenshot of it, or you can write down in your notebook. First question is, explain with suitable examples the care to be taken when using the methods of transporting patients. Second is, how is first aid provided to victims of disaster who are injured. Then third is, what is the full form of RICE? You have to write, that is rest, ice pack, compression, elevate. And what is the CPR, cardiopulmonary? Yes, what it is, CPR is what? Cardiopulmonary recycling of it, and it is also known as cardiopulmonary resuscitation, that is nothing but the recycling of the blood. So these are the questions you are going to write. These are the question you are going to write the answer of it. Now we have done with the disaster management, and also we have done with the chapter number 8, that is solid waste management. So we are stopping here, and I hope you will able to complete the homework. So please complete the homework. And now next lecture we will be having on uh, now today is yeah, we will be having next lecture on Saturday. So you can leave the meeting now. Thanks for joining and thanks for listening. I'm ending the meeting.